Good morning, crew. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. I have been doing my best to really be present and disconnect from social media. So if you noticed, I'm just a little bit quieter, possibly slower to get to messages on the weekend. It's because I'm trying to put this device that I'm recording this live on away for a majority of the weekend, and it has been so nice and so freeing. And when I get back to work on Monday, I actually feel calm and rested and again present with you ladies. And it's been so nice. But today I want to talk about discipline. I've talked about motivation a little bit. Was it last week or the week before? You all know my thoughts on motivation. It's garbage, in my opinion. We're not motivated a good majority of the time. And so you've probably heard me say this before. We need to rely on discipline, on habits, on commitment to yourself, and of course to your goals. So how do we develop discipline, commitment? I'm going to use those two words interchangeably today. And this is going to be kind of a 2-week live. And I want to talk more so about the mindset of discipline today. And if I asked you this question, why do you want to be more disciplined? What would be your answer? And I think this is a really good journaling prompt as well. Why do you want to be more disciplined? And I jotted a few things down here. Maybe it's discipline to make better food choices. Maybe it's to turn off your phone, which I just chatted about. Maybe it's to turn off your phone specifically in the evenings, or for myself on weekends. Maybe it's to be more disciplined to actually get up when your alarm goes off. Maybe it's more disciplined to get your workouts in. Maybe it's more disciplined to stick to your bedtime routine. And I'm sure you can probably add a few other things. And if you're commenting, unfortunately, I can't see comments that are coming in. But what do you think would change in your life if you became more disciplined or committed to your goals? And you might say something like, my life would be better. Pretty broad statement, but that's okay. Maybe you would say, I would be in better shape. I'd be happier. I would feel more rested. I would be calmer. Maybe you'd even say, my family would be happier, healthier. And the thing with discipline is that it is a strong word. And when you think about it, it can have a negative connotation to it. You know, I disciplined my kids. Do people do that anymore? I disciplined my dog. But again, I'm going to use the word commitment interchangeably because I like that word, committed to your goals, although some people do prefer to use the term discipline. But discipline, it can be one of the best things that you can do for yourself. And obviously, this is what I want to talk about today. And I want you to understand that discipline is like a muscle. It's a habit that you build within yourself. Just like when we go to the gym or in your basement or wherever your home gym is, you train your muscles to become stronger. And the same thing is with discipline. Like, you are not born with discipline. You develop it over time. And the thing with discipline is that you don't need it for easy things. And think about this for a moment. You don't need it to sleep in. You just kind of do it, right? You don't need discipline to sleep in. To eat something that's tasty but not good for you. You don't need discipline for that. To not go to the gym. Do you need to be disciplined not to go to the gym or not to get your workout in, to stay up late, so on and so forth? And I think you get the gist here. You need discipline to do the things that are actually good for you. Think about that. You need discipline to do the things that are actually good for you, that are good for the people around you, that are good for your mind, good for your body, good for your soul, however you want to look at it. And here's an example. You need discipline to sit down and meditate for 10 minutes. Because there's so many other things that you could be doing, right? It's so easy to talk yourself out of doing 10 minutes of meditation because, oh my gosh, there's so many other things that I could be doing. But you know, if you sit down and give yourself those 10 minutes, and we could even say a 10-minute workout, a 10-minute walk around the block, taking time to prep a breakfast, honestly takes 10 minutes. And you know, if you give yourself those 10 minutes, you're way better off. Yet our mind somehow convinces us that there's other things that we have to be doing. Maybe it's scrolling on your phone. Maybe it's the dishes. Maybe it's laundry. I'm not sure what else you're convincing yourself, to do otherwise. And again, you don't need discipline for the easy things. You need it to do the hard things. But these are the things you know should be done because they're good for you, right? So I want to refrain your mindset around discipline and realize that discipline is actually a form of self-love. You're doing what you know is good for you in the long run. Something called delayed gratification. And something that we're not really good at, especially nowadays in this world, when everything is available to us literally like this. We can get groceries delivered. You can get an Uber to your house in 2 minutes, of course, if Uber's available to you, to take you somewhere. You can go on your phone and Google something and ask, get the answer to it just like that. We are just like inundated with information. But the thing is, when you work out, you don't see immediate results. You're not jacked. You don't have biceps right away. Would be pretty freaking cool. When you eat healthy, when you have a healthy meal, you're not going to immediately see the results. You obviously might feel differently if you eat something that's less nutritious for you versus something that is. You don't see immediate results most of the time when something requires discipline. And that's fucking hard. Excuse my language. It's hard to keep going, and it kind of ties into the post that I wrote this morning. We need to constantly remind ourselves that what we do today, you are like slowly building the blocks for how your life is going to be next month, 6 months, next year, 5 years from now? Like, we're just so caught up in the now of being comfortable right now, choosing what's comfortable for us. We don't even think that what we're doing today is actually going to make life so good next month. Sorry, I'm getting like super passionate about this because I see it all the time where you're just like missing workouts. You're choosing the drive-through. You're choosing to press snooze. You're making all of these choices day in and day out and week in and week out that just are not aligning with the person that you want to be and that you deserve to be. And if you took good actions for yourself, like consistently, and I'm not talking about perfection here at all. If you every single day chose discipline over comfort, you would live longer, happier, healthier, wealthier. Like, it's even hard for me to put it into words. Your quality of life would be so much better. And that's the thing. You can tell who's actually taken the time to take care of themselves. And I emphasize time because that's one of the biggest excuses, is I don't have time. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything else. Like, honest to God, if you don't make the time right now, you are going to run out of time. And I'm not really sure why this live is going where it is, but I guess I just really want you to think about it. I'm trying to keep it positive, but really reflect on how things have been going for you. And like I said, it's not about being perfect. It's, I am going to choose to eat healthier, to take care of my body, to live longer because I want more energy, because this, whatever your why is. And I think I'm kind of just rambling at this point in time, and I've got my point across to what I wanted to say. And it's not about beating yourself up when things aren't perfect. It's about winning that battle of delayed gratification that I just touched on a few moments ago. Winning that battle of delayed gratification more often than not. Because I guarantee it's going to get you the results that you are after. So I'll leave it at that. Next week, I'm going to come back with some tips on ways to be more disciplined. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to drop them in the comments below and reflect on this. These questions that I asked you in this live today, really reflect on if your actions are creating the discipline, the self-love within yourself to get to what you're working towards. Have a good day, everybody.